Okay, let's see if I can find it now. This is driving me nuts. I'm ready to just stop. Why does it say? Why can't I watch my own live? There it is, right there. Okay, I guess I can watch it. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Now I forgot what I'm doing. Not really. It's been a while since I've been live, but this is exactly how I left it. I was working on this one, and I finished the basket weave and all that, and it was just sitting here. So I still got the tape on the back. It is obviously very dry now. Here's the welt for this. It'll get glued in here. And here's my belt loop. This will be next. Sew this on. What's up, Jacob? I guess you're a bot, by the way, huh? Remember to put it on all messages. quite space those out right. What's up, Cola? Got some people watching, not really many chatting. That's cool. When I was in there trying to put shows on the TV in there with my phone, I apparently put it on the TV out here with my phone. What's up, Yorga? You ain't lurking no more. That's how it works, unfortunately. Sometimes you just want to lurk, and then you just gotta make a comment, and then you're in there, man. They suck you in. It is really hot out here. So, Gmo Nana, thanks for coming in. That's what I'm working on. Same thing I was working on last time. It's been a long time since I went live, but I haven't touched it. So it was still sitting right where I had set it last time I ended. First things first, we sew this belt loop on. I get to use my new stitching pony. That's cool. So there's the belt loop. And it'll go like about like that. Again, this is that basket weave I did. I think I'm just gonna leave it natural color. I'm not gonna dye it or nothing. Trying to see where y'all can see. rough it up a little bit with a piece of sandpaper. For my blue. Oh wait, I'm not ready to glue it. So I've showed this before, but I really only stitch from here around to here through the sheath, and then same thing on this end. But I like to take the stitching all the way around. I think it just kind of looks nicer than having like a square down here or something. So so I'm actually gonna start like on this stitch right here and stitch this first little bit, and then I'll hook it down and stitch around, and then I'll kind of fold this back so I can put the, you know, you gotta have this middle part open. I hope I'm making sense here. Anyway, I'm not ready to glue it yet. I think when I get done with, well, it's this sheath, and then I got one more knife over here, and then I'll have to make a sheath for that one. But when I'm done with that, I think I'm gonna start on a slip joint folding knife. I think that's what I'm gonna work on next. What's up, Cheryl? Thank you. What's up, Brian? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. I actually haven't been out here for a while. I think it's been almost a month since I went live, and that was the last time I was out here working. Hopefully I'll get back at it some more. Okay. I cut myself short on thread. It looks like more than enough, but it's gonna be too close. You just get to the end and you're mad at yourself. What's up, Prepper 101? I saw you come in. I don't know if I said anything. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Let's try this again. Get it out of my hand. I guess I could try my things. The only thing is you sit on this thing to hold it. So I have to point the camera across, kind of. Yeah, I usually catch your videos. I have to use this thing yet. It was really hard to show this. Yeah, it's they call it a stitching pony. Actually got this for my birthday. This is my first time using it. I do think I'm gonna glue a couple pieces of leather in here on these jaws so it doesn't dig into anything. Um, this piece is real flat and it's just one piece thick, so I don't think it's gonna on this piece. But yeah, Cola got it for me. What's up, Tate? Good to see you. Yeah, this thing is pretty awesome because before I was like holding the piece and two needles, so I was always setting needles down, and then you got to pick it back up and find it and get to the end of the string, and now I can hold them both at the same time. Let's speed this up a little bit. What's up, Zed? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I did mention it every string. And I haven't seen him, but Crab Castle Forge, who comes in here a lot, he would help me too. He didn't know he was helping me, but he would, because he would bring it up every time he saw me sewing something. Hope everyone's having a good day. Pretty sure it's been hot everywhere. I guess that's what I've been hearing. It has been here. It's supposed to cool off a little bit, I think, finally, but not today. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, 102. Hot. Oh no, Zed's not too far from us. Okay, so I always forget how I do this. Okay, this one I'll just glue on because I'll be able to go through like that and then go through like that. The next one is a little tricky. So that's what I did. I just sewed that one part there. Now I'll glue it down on here. And then we'll sew around there. And then I'll flip it up so I can sew this part. And then we'll glue it down here and finish it. So it's all one stitch and it goes all the way around instead of, like I said, a little square here or something. I like the border look it does. Hey Lele. Yeah, you could probably do it. Patience and practice. And you gotta be ready to like mess stuff up. because they didn't always come out like this. Still, every one I do, I think there's a problem with it somewhere. But they were worse. Same with my knives. Every knife I do has some mistake on it somewhere that only I can see. Man, anyone that's got the patience that you have with them cabinets, you could do it. Let that dry up a little. Sticks way better if you let it dry. This is This is the knife that this sheath is for. It's kind of dirty because I oiled it. Because it rusted on me once when I left it out here too long. We're gonna need this. Night Strain is brought to you by Folders. Just like 30 more seconds. I want to glue some leather onto my little clamp here. I don't know if I have any pieces big enough. I'm going to have to find some. This piece will probably work. It sucks that I got a bunch of holes in it. I should have more scraps. They start piling up, and you just want to get rid of them all, and then you need them. Alright, it's finally starting to cool off in here a little bit. I kind of need to stand up. Look straight down at it. It always look kind of crooked when you put it on. I don't know if y'all can tell. But because I've stitched to this side, it's scrunched it all together. So they look like they kind of go like that. But once I stitch this side, it'll pull it back straight. I'm working on it. This is the patience part I'm talking about. I do sometimes work a little slow. I get moving too fast, I start messing stuff up. Especially I haven't been out here for a while. Thanks, Ed. I watch other people do stuff on YouTube. I'm sometimes amazed how fast people get stuff done. Kind of using my hand as a like a pin cushion, basically, to make sure I'm pushing it through in the right spot. Sometimes you'll poke it through, and it'll come out next to where the hole is, and then you got it's all messed up. It's trash. I really got to open these up pretty good because I use the biggest needles I have because they're just easier for me to thread. I should probably just get better at threading the smaller ones because they're so much easier to sew with. Okay. Oh yeah, see, I totally did fuck it up. Oh man. I was supposed to have both of these. I'll show you what I did here. Both of these are supposed to be on the outside, but now I can't do anything with this one. So I gotta figure out something. I gotta peel it back and get it through that next hole. Now the next one's not gonna want to line up. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Let's try this thing again. I want the front on this side. It does have like a little tensioner thing here. I'm trying to adjust a little bit. Oh, that should be good. Some of the some of the holes are tighter than others. What's up, Rural Prepper? I'm liking it. This is my first time using it. It is nice. It's way easier to. I can hold both needles the whole time, pretty much, unless sometimes I need to use these. It's still easier. It's nice. Good to see you, Pearl Pepper. I know I ain't been on in a while, so. It does have a screw down here on the bottom that needs tightened. I'll get that done. And I'm also going to glue some leather under the jaws. But it works as it should. And I like it. Okay. So this one here needs to go like that. Yeah, then I need to go. Again, this is the same thing I was talking about earlier. I'm trying to carry this stitch on, but I need to leave the belt loop open. So this one actually has to go through that hole, but not all the way through the sheath, and only through the belt loop. And you gotta not scratch the sheath while you do it. Pull the needle off, that's alright. This knife right here. I have not been out here. Now this is, last time I went live I was working on the sheath for this knife, and that's still where I am. It's 1084 OD green canvas micarta, and let me see, nickel silver pins. And after I finish this one, I gotta finish this one. It's heat treated. I got handle scales here. It's black canvas micarta with red liners. I already glued the liners on. And then when I finish that one, I'm gonna do a slip joint pocket knife next. That's what I want. I'm getting a little bored with this. It's time to do something different. Yeah, the micarta is cool. I'm still debating on the pocket knife. I'm debating whether I'm going to do a bone handle, like a jig bone, or I might do micarta. Because I have done slip joints before, and I usually always do bone handles on them, and they're cool. I really like them. But I've been liking the micarta, and I haven't done what am I trying to say? I haven't done any slip joints with it. Oh, here's one right here. jig bone like that is what I'm probably leaning towards. I mean, the knife I'm going to do is going to be a lot like this. It's going to be a nickel silver bolster with brass liners and either the bone or micarta. But this one was like, that's one I made, but it was a, what's the word? Like a reject. It was one I messed up on. So all the ones that I ever finished nicely are gone. So this next one I want to make, I want to not mess it up, and then I want to keep that one so I can get a nice one for myself. Because I have 2 or 3 slip joints I've made, and they're all, well, one's the first one I ever made. It's ugly. Oh my god. See what I just did? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. And then the other 1 or 2 I got are ones that I messed up on. So time to make one and keep it for myself. Oh yeah, I did. I totally, like, I screwed up. You're supposed to, the one that's coming through on the back, this one, is supposed to always go through first. So I did not do that. So, except for I put no matter which way I say it, it sounds dirty. I put the one that was on the front in through the back. So do with that what you will. Yeah, we'll see how the folding knife goes. Man, they take me a long time to make. So it might take a lot of live streams to do it. Stitch 1, purl 2. Yeah, I know. They were all over there, Brian. There's so many of them. I try not to sometimes, but then it's like, man, I can't even describe what I'm doing without there being somewhat of a gutter talk going on sometimes. So then I just embrace it. It probably says more about me than anyone else, but I'm thinking it before I even say it. Okay. So here I am. I'm down to that 3rd stitch. What did I do? What I did wrong last time? I need to put this one through. There we go. That one through like that. And now we can glue the bottom. I don't know if you could tell. Let's talk about how it's crooked. It's straight again now. Now these stitches have cinched up this side of the leather and kind of pulled it. So time to glue this. I glue this side down just to get it held there, and then just finish her off. Kind of set it down and just kind of marks it for me. I think you can see up. Up a little bit. Yeah, I don't really get too nervous on live streams anymore like I used to. I used to, for sure. can get away with putting a lot less glue. The stuff that's the skin side of the leather, the glue doesn't really soak in as much. So put less there, it'll, it won't soak in. We're on the back side. And you put a lot on there, and it'll all suck in real good. Let that sit and dry for a minute. I usually get my leather from Tandy, but I don't live close to a Tandy anymore. And I don't know. I have about enough leather for one more sheath, and then I'm gonna have to either order some from Tandy, or there's a couple other places I've been looking at. Weaver Leathercraft. There's another one, Springfield or something. I've been toying with the idea of getting some more, I guess what you call like a more premium leather. Not that I don't have any complaints with this stuff, but they say that there's some nicer stuff. Most people, I think it's Herman Oaks is what most people say is the nice stuff, and it can get real expensive. But I might get some of the cheaper pieces. There is a Tandy Leather about an hour and a half away in the big city. If we ever end up going there, I might stop by there. I do like going there. It's fun. The smell when you walk in the place is amazing. You know, they're not around as much as they used to be. And I always seem to run into people in Tandy Leather that are in there with their projects that they're working on, showing them off. OA. I'll have to look that up. That is the other thing. Like, if I have to buy from Tandy Leather online, I don't get to pick my piece. So I always go in there, I dig through them all, and then I find, the piece I want. All right. That good stuff. Again, I think it's Herman Oaks it's called. It's a tannery in, I believe, St. Louis. Because most of this stuff is imported from, I think most of it, well, I think the stuff at Tandy comes from South America somewhere, like Argentina or something. For veg tan stuff, anyway. Poked my finger with that one. Alright. My fancy tool again. Surprised no one's noticed or said anything about the lack of background noise around here. I might have done a stream or two actually since, but there's no more cock-a-doodle-doo going on in here. Kind of nice. The mower's still working good. It's kind of amazing. I haven't really got to do much of an update on it. I don't know if anyone cares. But it's kind of amazing how much it cut my mowing time in half just about. I didn't realize it was so slow and all that. I mean, I guess I did, but I didn't really think nothing of it. No, Brian, we didn't. We probably should have, but seemed like a little more work than I wanted to mess with at the time. So, but yeah, the mower. I think it was probably the drive belt. So I did put a new drive belt on it after the transmission thing, but it's cut my mowing time in half. It's so much faster. It used to slow way down going up every little hill. Now it just rolls right up them, doesn't miss a beat. Alright. Go back a stitch with this one. Last time I got rid of roosters, we fed them to the dogs. Well, we didn't even do that this time. We should have probably at least done that. I don't know. I was so tired of them by that time. Didn't really want roosters. I just ended up with them. We hatched some eggs and ended up with them. Yes, we still have a rooster in the with the hens. We have Marty. He's still there. We definitely still got him. And I got the I think last time I was here, well, anyway, I raised the fence up on the run. It was only 4 feet tall, and I had 2 chickens that, even with a clipped wing, could still get out. So I added another 2 feet onto it. So now they actually can't get out and go dig all my mulch and eat flowers and do all these bad things they were doing. So that's kind of nice too. We got chickens under control for the moment. And I don't know, I guess 7 hens is just enough, because we had one hen that was, yeah, it is a lot of work for not a lot of meat. I don't know, I suppose if, I don't know, we've done it. I feel like it's like probably roasting the whole rooster is probably the way to go. I don't know, I've never done it that way. But yeah, we had one hen that was really tore up all on her back, and we got one more hen, and that seemed to be just enough that the other one, she's coming back good. All of them got all their feathers. There was one that's whole back was messed up, and one's neck, head area was picking on each other or something. Now that seems to have stopped. They're all looking good. Oh my god. You'll see what I did. I'm gonna show you. I don't even know how I did this. See that? Oh man, I can't believe it. I can't believe I did that. I didn't see it. That was on the first half. Interesting. Yeah, we probably should have. See, I was in between like plucking a whole chicken. In the past, I would just skin them and cut, you know, legs and breasts off. And I was thinking this time if I was going to do it, I was going to pluck them and all that. And I decided I didn't want to. Alright, what are we going to do? I guess I'm either... Man. Can't believe I did that. That's supposed to be pulled tight. Guess I'm going to cut it and tie it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But I cannot believe I did that. I guess at least it is barely just enough that I should be able to. Let's not talk too soon. Come on. Come on. There you go. Well, that's what we got. I didn't even know that could happen. I mean, I've had it catch on the edge, but I've never had it catch on the edge and I didn't see it. Yeah, there was just barely enough to tie it. I melted it pretty good. That's probably holding it better than tying it did. It's waxed thread, so it doesn't really hold a knot real good. Alright. It's worth it. Instead of just, I know I've said it, that's my third time, but instead of just doing a square here, some people do a square with an X or something. It looks nice. But I do think it's the extra step to do the whole border there is worth it. Find my tools. Must be up here. There it is. Still put your belt through there, but you got to stitch all the way around. I like it. I think it's worth the extra headache it gives me. I could cheat too, and I could stitch this side and stitch this side and then stitch that and that. Then you end up with a bunch of knots. It's supposed to only have one knot, but that would be 4 of them if I did it that way. All right. It's been about an hour, so I'm not gonna do much more, but I'm gonna get this piece glued on here. Something like that. It goes on the other side, obviously, but get this glued on, and then next time I come out here, I'll just have to fold this thing around and glue it, and then punch my holes down through there to sew it and get that all done. I'll glue this to the front side, and then I'll punch my holes, and then I'll fold it over and glue it again and punch them again. That helps me keep them straight. Otherwise you end up with crooked ones in the back here. Thanks, Earl. I do. I mean, it's all about nice stitching. So even if you have the square down here with an X, if it's all straight and stuff, it looks great. But I do like the little border. And I always put my stamp there. It kind of borders my stamp. It's kind of my little thing I do on them. I want to make sure this is hanging over this edge. See, I'm going to put it on there about like that. It's going to hang way over. That's why I made it so big. Because when I sand this edge, I want to do all my sanding off of the welt and off of this edge. I don't want to do barely any sanding off of this edge because it'll mess up my width. If I don't perfectly take the same amount off the whole length, it'll mess up the width between my stitch groove and the edge there. So I glue it way proud, and then when I fold it over, I'll make sure I fold this over further than the front. Right on, Brian. Thanks. I've made quite a few of these style. I do like them. I like the basket weave. I'm gonna probably do a different style belt loop here soon. What do you use to burnish the edge? As far as tools go, I use this, and then I just use water I usually do like a two, so I'll wet it with water and I'll burnish it with this. And then I usually let it sit for a day. And when it dries up, I come back and I hit it with some sandpaper, just real light. At least 320, if not finer. And then I use water again, and I use this again. I've got one of these that I use sometimes, but it never, especially like on this, it's gonna be 3 layers. All right, y'all. I think I'm back again. That sucked. I'm gonna end it here because I had to go outside to get service.